Yeah. Why would I get deported? Why you wish someone to get deported to begin with? Do you know that God is listening to what you're saying, to what you're thinking? The same energy you give, it comes to you in major proportions.
I'm one of the people that believe that she should be deported, actually, because when you enter a marriage scam and then have a baby with another man, all the while being married to your husband here in the United States, and you abandon your kids in Panama, yeah, you should go back and take care of your kids. When the relationship with Gino wasn't working out, the respectable thing would have been to go back to Panama and be with your children that you already left.
Why would you want me deported? I'm not doing anything wrong in this country.
According to Google, Jasmine and Gino were married in June of 2023, and they were separated in December of that same year. Honestly, Socks, I'm not sure if all the plastic surgery has affected Jasmine's brain because she claims that she hasn't broken any laws. This falls into the category of a sham marriage. It's a marriage between two people who don't intend to be married, but enter into it to get around immigration laws. It's a type of immigration fraud that can have serious consequences. If you suspect a sham marriage, you can report it to the U.S. Embassy. What does the law say? The Immigration and Nationality Act, INA, has strict rules to prevent fraudulent marriages. Under INA, a marriage is only valid if the couple intends to build a life together.
I work hard. I'm a good person.
I'm sure a lot of people are aware by now that Jasmine Panetta is a pathological liar that has been caught in multiple lies on and off our channel. She has also slut-shamed many women over the years. For example, Gino's ex, Lindsay.
Flashback.
The ex responds, Gino is who you should be upset with, not me. Jasmine calls herself pretty. The ex says you don't even know me. And then Jasmine says intelligent. Then there's you, a piece of old meat. I'm sorry for you, seeking attention, but you're old. The ex clapped back with, do you need me to pretend to be upset right now? I'm confused. And then something's blurred out. Jasmine says, I understand you. You're sick, don't worry. Plus old for your profession. That's depressing. I understand you and old. No talent whore, I got you. You're so ugly and old. You're a joke. The ex responds, you're going to tire yourself out. And then Jasmine responds, you're not even good for porn. The ex then claps back with, I'm not the one to be upset with, so. We got more projection from Jasmine Sock. She said, having a whore as a mom, what a shame. Laughing emoji, you made my day. The ex responds, okay, have a good night also, with the smiley face. Clearly how unbothered the ex was made Jasmine very angry, so she continued, and let me have a wonderful fake drama. Thanks, darling. Get Botox, your old face need it, and work out. I mean, you have no ass. Frowny face. You're an ugly whore. Look at me. So perfect and a reality star. She can't be serious. What an outrageous thing to write about yourself. Good Lord. I'm famous. The ex responds, I can pretend like your opinion matters to me if you need me to for your show. Good one. You, just a prostitute, don't worry. Gino and I laugh at toy bipolar a lot. You're just way too idiot to know. Bye, cheap whore. Thanks for let us have our today's drama. Bye, oldie. Kisses. Ex hits her with that adios. Jasmine responds with a cool emoji and a heart eye emoji. Pictures of her and Gino getting fame, paid vacations, and money. Not need to do porn as you. Your kids must be bullied at school. It's depressing having a whore as a mother. I'll pray for them.
10.
That is freaking amazing. That's gonna help you with the bunny movement during intercourse.
Boy, she sure does talk about a lot of lewd things on a TV show for someone that slut shames herself.
Do you know that God is listening to what you're saying, to what you're thinking? The same energy you give, it comes to you in major proportions.
I am such a good person. God's always watching you. Lindsay tried to look out for a fellow woman by telling Jasmine about Gino's creepy behavior, but instead of saying thank you, Jasmine called her a fame-hungry whore. That's why Lindsay hasn't been on one episode of 90 Day Fiancé. Meanwhile, Jasmine has been on too many episodes.
I love everyone, regardless their social status, their sexual orientation, their skin color. I'm just like, I love everyone. I'm not an angel, but I'm a very cool person. I'm a very cool person.
Jasmine had more to gain from Gino in this marriage scam, and it's evident by how she's making more money now than she ever did as a teacher in Panama. Not to mention, he spent a fortune on her at the Build-A-Bitch workshop. Well, him and her ex Dane, because let's not forget, he threw around $2,000 for partial ownership of that plastic bot. And let's talk about how for years, Jasmine has been lying to Gino about her inappropriate relationship with her ex Dane. She would often say things like, he does charity, which is why he paid $2,000 for my butt job. There's no guy that's paying $2,000 for an ex to get plastic butt surgery if he's not hitting that or receiving some kind of compensation. Also, I don't think many of us mind if God is listening, because it doesn't make us any less Christian when we point out that Jasmine moves like a selfish snake in relationships and abandon her children in Panama. Also, I'm sick and tired of getting comments talking about how it's Gino's fault that her children weren't brought to the United States, because that's a false storyline to create BS drama on the show. Jasmine's kids didn't even live with her in Panama. Her ex has custody of her son, and the other child she couldn't wait to dump on her mom because it has special needs and she can't be bothered, or as the British say, she literally can't be bothered. There is not a motherly bone in this woman's body, and you can tell by how she prioritized bringing her dog Coco to the United States over her flesh and blood. In fact, I got an interesting comment from a member of our Yourwetsock community in my last video. Check this out. Robert Tractor Taylor commented, my wife and I married on K1. She also had 2 from a previous relationship. Coincidentally, I live somewhat local to Gino, same city as ex-wife, and less than 10-minute drive down the street from where they play bocce with his family. I work on the TA side of automotive engineering. I will say this, for our kids, all we needed to do was add an additional G325 and passport photo for each kid when filing our I-129F. The filing fee doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the American's minimum income. Sponsoring a fiance and 2 children is only a hair over $38,000 annually. Gino was at Ford when he sponsored her. In my industry, we call engineering at Ford, GM, and Stellantis the gold handcuffs, because they will pay nearly double what anyone else can pay for engineers, usually between $125,000 and $175,000 yearly. On the other hand, Coco needed international vaccines, special paperwork and permits, usually called a pet passport, and special boarding for both the medical evaluation and the flight. There's absolutely no reason her children are still in Panama and Coco is not outside of purely being dog water. Speaking of false narratives, do you remember when Jasmine tried to convince us all that she thought Gino was so handsome? That's why this new guy Matt and Dane looked very similar. She clearly has a type, and it was never Gino.
Gino and I are still standstill when it comes to our intimacy. He even refuses to be affectionate to me. And on top of that, he doesn't agree to an open marriage.
In episode 13, Jasmine scheduled a meeting with the TLC therapist. Jasmine tells the therapist about how she plans to have an open marriage with Gino and Matt, the personal trainer at Planet Fitness. Since Gino isn't having sex with her, she figures that she can have the best of both worlds. When she says all this, the therapist gives a very surprising response.
I am a person who practices ethical non-monogamy, and I am married.
What?
Yes, my husband and I have been married for 9 years.
9.
Yes, and we've practiced ethical non-monogamy all 9 years.
Ethical, I think what she means is consensual, because there's nothing ethical about sharing your partner with another person. TLC is so fake for picking this specific therapist for this reason. Nothing like the network selecting a therapist that will enable Jasmine's slutty behavior, because she also doesn't have enough discipline to be loyal to one person.
Gino mentioned that having an open marriage was a deal breaker for him.
He was very angry about it. Like, the idea that he has of open marriage is like, you're gonna be every dude you can. And that's the idea he has of open marriage.
The definition of marriage is the legal or formal recognized union of 2 people as partners in a personal marriage. The very concept of an open marriage is ridiculous because it violates the sanctity of marriage. Before going on season 2 of The Last Resort with Gino, Jasmine already cheated on him with Matt. During their FaceTime in episode 12, the way she looked at him, I thought she was about to crawl through the screen and try to suck him off. The right thing to do would be for this chica to divorce Gino Gino and then pursue a relationship with Matt. But Jasmine won't do that because she doesn't want to go back to Panama, which honestly, you guys cracks me up because when we first met Jasmine, she went on and on about how great Panama is, which begs the question, if it's so great, why are you doing the most to stay in the United States of America? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? She already got her reality TV fame that she wanted so bad. I highly doubt it was Gino's idea to go on the show 90 Day Fiancé because this show is primarily watched by women. And by pointing this out, I'm in no way, shape, or form taking Gino's side. I think that Gino is a creep, total trash, and an embarrassment to men. However, it was very obvious that he had sex problems from the beginning of this relationship, hence why he brought the blue pills over there to Panama on his first trip to see Jasmine in real life. She was fully aware that he had problems in the bedroom before she entered this relationship with him. Reba, the certified sex educator, goes on to say, the way that our agreement started is not the way that it is right now. We have gone through many iterations of what it looks like for us to be ethically non-monogamous. Whoever Reba's husband is absolute dog water because it's a man's job to lead in a relationship, and if you're comfortable sharing your woman with other people, then you don't truly love her. Imagine giving out relationship advice when you're personally giving that sex education outside your marriage. Reba proceeds to give her sales pitch on having an open marriage, and Jasmine is like, sign me up. She wants Gino to head over to his cut corner like a good boy and watch Matt bang her brains out on their bed.
The whole point of the open marriage is that eventually my husband will be able to satisfy my sexual needs. I don't want to have a third person in a permanent way. I want this to be temporary. But I won't cross any sexual boundaries.
Sorry, Socks, I'm gonna pop off real quick because I don't want to play pretend anymore. Jasmine already crossed sexual boundaries with Matt before she went on this show with Gino. According to Google, Gino allegedly caught her cheating with a guy she met at Planet Fitness in Belleville, Michigan in November of year 2023. After Gino allegedly kicked Jasmine out, she reportedly moved in with the other mystery man. And I'm sure all of you will remember this because Jasmine did a lingerie photo shoot in Matt's apartment, and that was already reported on by numerous 90-day bloggers. And here's the real kicker, Socks. When you head over to Google and type in, when did Jasmine and Gino film The Last Resort, what pops up is The Last Resort was filmed between March and April of 2024. The couple were not living together at the time, meaning that everything we're seeing here on The Last Resort between Jasmine and Gino is reality TV fake nonsense because Jasmine already was intimate with Matt and got thrown out for cheating on Gino. They both had some kind of meeting and said, you know what, why don't we suck it up and fake it for the cameras to once again go on a spin-off of 90 Day Fiancé, rip the money, rip the clout, and that's what it's about. Present day Jasmine's posting workout videos at Planet Fitness where the infidelity in the United States began. Clearly she doesn't feel shame. She even mentions how she's helping one of her sons she abandoned with their math homework. I'm assuming Jasmine mentioned this to get the angry 90-day mothers off her back. So jokes. It's counterproductive actually to watch women with hella plastic surgery work out because their body shapes weren't obtained through fitness and diet alone. At the time that I'm recording this video, it is Sunday, so tonight episode 14 will be out. In that episode, I'm assuming Jasmine tries to convince Gino that an open marriage would be a good thing for their relationship, and he says no. It's almost impressive how long they've managed to stretch out their segment on the show because it's the same issues again and again and again.